Today in the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, episode 257, we're going to be talking about Brock Lesnar shocking return at WWE SummerSlam last Sunday. And we're going to be talking about that situation and how in the world he came back, even though he is still involved in this lawsuit from Janel Grant. And now it looks like he is going to start a program with John Cena. We're going to be talking about that and much more on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to episode 257 of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. And today we're going to be talking about Brock Lesnar's shocking return to WWE. And it happened on SummerSlam last Sunday after John Cena lost his WWE title to Cody. After the match, Brock Lesnar made his appearance and pretty much F5 John Cena, which left everybody surprised and has everybody asking question, how the hell is he back in WWE, even though there has been no reports or anything saying that he is no longer involved in the WWE's and Vince McMahon lawsuit by Janel Grant. As soon as Brock Lesnar and the reports came that Brock Lesnar was back in WWE, Janel Grant's lawyer made a comment where he said that WWE does not care about Janel Grant or any female in the business, and they don't want to be like they're not taking liability on what happened to Janel Grant. Now, the crazy stuff is what this shows me, and a lot of people may not agree with me, is WWE doesn't care anymore about their fan base. And I'm saying this because, first of all, let's talk about SummerSlam real quick. SummerSlam, both nights were nothing good. Oh, I can't say nothing good. Let me correct that. The first night, the only thing that saved that show was the part with the Gunther versus CM Punk and Seth Rollins cashing in on his Money in the Bank and beating CM Punk to take the title. Even though a lot of people knew that Seth Rollins was going to cash in, but the crazy part about that was that everybody bought the work that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman came, the mastermind came about, Seth Rollins being hurt, this yada, yada, yada. And it turned out that kind of saved night one's show. You know what I'm saying? So it was all right. Night two was doing well onto the Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa match. And that match disappointed us. Disappointed a lot of people because it didn't live up to the hype. You had the cage, and then you had a cage, but people were still interrupting and still interfering in a match. How in the hell we going to have a cage match and have interruptions? That's my thing. So from there on, the show went straight to hell and whatnot. And then the John Cena Cody Rhodes match kind of maybe saved it and the ending of it, but it wasn't like night one. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that John Cena became a fan favorite again shows you that WWE came with this idea 6 months ago with The Rock in charge and pretty much put John Cena as a heel, and 6 months later, he's a babyface, which nowhere in the world would ever be like Hulk Hogan when Hulk Hogan turned his back on the fans. Okay, and that was big. You know what I'm saying? And that changed the course of wrestling after that. You figured with John Cena turning heel, the wrestling world was going to change again. 6 months later, he's back to fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? So what is WWE doing here? Because right now you're bringing in Brock Lesnar, right? And it's bad enough you're already going to have backlash on this. Okay. And then to top it off this week, we heard that WWE and ESPN did a deal now that their PLEs will be in now showing ESPN Plus. So if you don't have ESPN, you got to show up $30 a month for subscription to watch these shows. Okay. So WWE right now, if you look at it as a company, as a promotion right now, it's not doing well at all. For what I'm hearing, Austin Theory is not being used. The fatal carrying Cross, we don't know if he's going to get signed or not, but according to reports, they already put it in the alumni, which means he probably not been signed. He's not going to sign. So what are we doing here? They are using the same people over and over again. Now, I heard this podcast, a very good friend of mine, and everything he said, I agree. You put all your hopes and all your eggs in the basket, hoping WWE would change and things will be different. They'll use their younger talent. They don't. So you can't invest yourself. You can invest yourself or invest the time on WWE because they're going to go turn around and screw it up and get you mad. Okay. But luckily I'm not a big WWE fan like that because I already know what they're all about. I'll watch it just because I do the podcast. But after what I saw Sunday with Brock back, I mean, do I really want to continue covering WWE? They're not really doing anything if you really think about it. They're still running the same storylines from before WrestleMania. Okay? Drew McIntyre again in the middle of another. We could possibly have him in the title picture again. Why? Why do we have Drew McIntyre once again in the title picture? And it looks like Clash of Paris or whatever, Paris Clash, whatever. Clash in France, whatever the next pay-per-view is on August 31st. It looks like it may be Paul Logan against John Cena. If I saw what I saw on Friday with SmackDown, okay? Logan Paul, and this is the problem. So you stop pushing guys like Karrion Kross. You stop pushing guys like Austin Theory. You're not pushing Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix, I don't feel bad for them because that's where they wanted to go to, right? Now Penta, what happened to him? He's not really getting pushed. But you're pushing the same guys, Logan Paul, the Drew McIntyres, the same people over and over again. And in reality, if you think about it, I don't feel bad for the WWE Universe. I don't. And the reason I don't feel bad is because if you know that WWE is not giving you what you want, or they're not listening to the fans, why you keep supporting this? Now, most of you are going to be like, oh, but WWE is better than AEW or whatever, but you bitch about it. You cry about it. You buy their merchandise. And not only that, if you look at the stuff that they subscribing to you and all this nonsense, you're paying close to $2,000 on WWE stuff, and they're not giving you what they want. They're taking your money. And you can say whatever you want about AEW, and you can say AEW this and that, but you don't see AEW is trying to get people to buy $30 subscriptions for you to watch PLEs, whatever. The only thing they tell you to probably get monthly is the show is the pay-per-views at Max. HBO Max. It's $25 instead of $50. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the pay-per-views on WWE compared to the pay-per-views in AEW, AEW's pay-per-views are way better than WWE's. Okay? Granted, they put a lot of freaking matches. That's my issue with AEW. They have too many matches. The shows are like 4 or 5 hours long, but they're entertaining. Okay, you'll have one or two matches that's not supposed to be there, but you know, it's crazy. It's crazy that I have to see this every pay-per-view, and I think the last good pay-per-view that WWE has had this year was the Elimination Chamber and Backlash. SummerSlam was not that good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, many of you may not agree with me. Maybe a lot of you will think that I am taking shots at WWE. But listen, this is the problem with the IWC. They don't like hearing the truth. Okay? It's the same thing with AEW. AEW has a bad show. I'm going to say it. It's a bad show. You know what I'm saying? And pay-per-view, most of the pay-per-view, they're not really bad. WWE seems that they don't care about their base. And I'm going to give you a good example. Okay? One of the examples I have, and which WWE decided to copy off AEW, was the scrum, the media scrum shows. You know what I'm saying? The post media, they called it. They stole that from AEW. AEW was the only was doing that first. WWE decided they're like, oh, okay, we're going to do the same thing AEW does. After the shows, we're going to have a media scrum. All of a sudden, Brock Lesnar showed up. Now there was no media scrum. Triple H didn't want to talk to the media. They didn't want to answer questions and whatnot. He put his tail behind his ass and left, and they didn't want to answer questions. Then not only that, he went and pretty much put John Cena under the bus. Because when they asked him about the Brock Lesnar, do you knew Brock Lesnar was coming? He's like, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar was coming. We knew about it, blah, blah, blah. John Cena wanted to wrestle Brock Lesnar on his couple of months left that he has on his retirement tour. They went and put John Cena under the bus in a heartbeat. Triple H went and put his tail between his leg and threw John Cena under the bus. Because then John Cena came out of nowhere and said, I never said that I wanted to wrestle Brock Lesnar. He wasn't involved in that. And the fact that Brock is back, you got to ask this question. They claim that the WWE legal team cleared Brock Lesnar to return. And then I'm hearing more reports, which is crazy because I'm seeing reports that Brock Lesnar was getting paid and was not suspended. That's the crazy part. Here you go. I got it right here. And this is coming from Wrestle Purist. He said, well, again, I don't believe this because Wrestle Purist copied it from, of course, Dave Meltzer and nonsense and whatnot. So I don't believe anything Dave Meltzer says. Said Brock Lesnar was still, even though not used, fully paid during that time period of his absence and was among the highest paid wrestlers in the company. He was never suspended and obviously kept under contract. If what he did was going to end the relationship with him, he had been let go. That's the reality. He was always going to be returned when legal cleared him. Legal cleared him about 1 month prior to the show, which was kept secret and allowed for the return. Again, this is coming from Dave Meltzer. You can't believe anything that Dave Meltzer says because sometimes he talks out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? So if he wasn't suspended and now all of a sudden the WWE legal team cleared them, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Ari Emanuel allowed a guy who was, allegedly accused of, or part. Name I don't know. He was allegedly accused being part of the whole sex trafficking with Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying? Even though his name is not on the affidavit, but it says a former UFC world champion. The only UFC world champion besides Ronda Rousey was Brock Lesnar. So his name, was not in the affidavit, but what he did pretty much tells you that there was Brock. Now, again, I've been following this stuff with Brock Lesnar and this whole thing with Vince McMahon. And nowhere have I heard that he's been not even part of that lawsuit. John Laurinaitis was taken off and whatnot. I guess he's cooperating with Janel Grant's lawyer and all that nonsense. But I didn't hear nothing about Brock Lesnar being cleared from them. So basically what shows me that WWE don't give a rat's ass about the WWE Universe. They'll bring anybody. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring anybody, and if you don't like it, too bad. But it's funny, though, because WWE brings back a guy like Brock Lesnar, but Alberto Del Rio right now pretty much was erased from AAA, even though Alberto Del Rio has been accused of abusing women, physically abusing, assaulting women. But they pretty much axed him from AAA. He lost to Messia to a loser leaves town match, whatever. He doesn't have a job. And this is because WWE bought AAA. And they figured you can't be in here because of Stephanie Vaquel, issues with him years ago. So my thing is, they could bring back Brock Lesnar, but they won't let Alberto Del Rio work with AAA wrestling. You see what I'm saying? It's just it's ass backwards. It's really ass backwards, And then top it off, Triple H has the nerve to say that Brock Lesnar has creative control of his contract. That's always been his MO. Who is he trying to fool when it comes to this creative control contract shit? If you're a smart wrestling fan and you've been following Brock Lesnar, okay, and a couple of years ago it said that Brock Lesnar chooses who he loses to and who he beats. That's been years. That's even before Vince McMahon left WWE. He has control of his contract. He has creative control, just like Hulk Hogan did. The difference is these people are scared of this man because this man's a nutcase. Okay? Now, he's back and he's about to feud with John Cena. My question is why? And my next question is, once he finishes with John Cena, is he going to be in there again, just beating everybody up, getting the title again, and whatnot, holding on to the title for another, 6-8 months, put him in there to wrestle again, Roman Reigns? It's like WWE doesn't have, it sounds to me like WWE can't create new ideas. And again, a lot of you are going to disagree, because if you look back, what they do is rinse and repeat. Why the Brock Lesnar has to be back in WWE? For what? He could do a one and done, have his wrestling match with John Cena and disappear. But we know that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, WWE is more focused now in trying to be with the media, trying to be heard out there. The fact that Triple H was hanging out with a certain person before SummerSlam, which I'm not going to get into politics, shows you a lot. Shows you a lot of how this company is run and whatnot. They don't care. They do not care. As long as they're making their money from you, the fan, you, the WWE fan, who work your asses off to make your money. But then again, I don't feel sorry for you. I really don't. Because you're the same person who goes to WWE shop, spend $400, $500 on wrestling belts to walk around acting like you're a wrestler when you're not. Okay? You go out there buying shirts that if you look at it, the material is not as good as it used to be back in the day when I used to buy them back 20 years ago. Okay? The pay-per-views now, the streaming now, you got to have $30. You got to pay $30 subscription if you want to watch PLE next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people are going to find ways to see it, like me. I'm not signing out $30. I don't even think I'm going to continue, covering WWE as far as that, watching the pay-per-views and whatnot, because the pay-per-views are not even worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? If I watch it, I'll grasp something out of it and then report it and give you my feedback on it. But this whole thing with Brock Lesnar, the thing with the ESPN, you know what I'm saying? The fact that Triple H ran and then they want to do no more post media. Hey, you guys wanted to be like AEW. You guys wanted to do the same shit AEW was after the show, do a post media. Now all of a sudden, about 3 or 4 years later, now you don't want to do it? You don't want to answer the hard questions because you want to bring in, punk ass, fake ass podcasters who act like they reporters and, talking about trying to act like they're the next Wrestling Observer to get questions, and now you don't want to answer them. What happened? You know what I'm saying? But that goes to show you what WWE is all about. WWE is all about is we're not going to give you the answers. We're going to give you we're going to give you what we think you want. Not what you want. It's what they're not going to listen to they're not catering to the wrestling fan. They're catering to the casuals who don't know shit about wrestling, who won't ask the questions and will be like, oh my God, this is great, blah, blah, blah. The ones who follow Logan Paul, the one who follow Jelly Roll, which to me, Jelly Roll should not be in a wrestling ring, regardless if he did well. Regardless if he did well. He does not belong in a wrestling ring. No Hollywood star, no whatever music singer, nobody should be in a WWE ring. Especially in WWE when these guys and girls work their asses off in the independent to get to WWE and get a spot. And what they do, they bring in guys like Paul Logan or Logan Paul, whatever his name is, Jelly Roll, to take their spots, which is bullshit. Okay? Because guys like Austin Theory, and I said it back in 2019, that is the future of wrestling. WWE doesn't even know what to do with him. Same thing with Karrion Kross. Okay? Karrion Kross, a very talented wrestler, loses to Sami Zayn. And to me, again, Sami Zayn has had his turn. He had his time. He could have took the loss. Now they're pushing Sami Zayn now to feud with Solo Sikoa for the United States title. My question is, why is Sami Zayn in SmackDown? Wasn't Sami Zayn in Raw? You see what I'm talking about? That they try to mix, they try to get people to like act like they stupid, like they don't remember. I remember that Sami Zayn belongs in Raw. Hell, he's doing it at SmackDown, going after Solo Sikoa. It goes to show you they go and grab the car and rinse and repeat to do the thing. I even read an article where Solo Sikoa said, oh, we're still in the third inning. Are you kidding me? I don't want to see no more Bloodline. I don't. Okay? Bloodline is done. Okay? Roman Reigns, he's going to take time off again to do a movie or whatever he's doing now. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more Bloodline. Okay, if it's not the original Bloodlines, I don't want to see it. Okay, the fact you got Jeff Cobb, now some Spanish dude, whatever his name is. You got Tonga Talo or whatever his name, Tamatonga or whatever, not Tamatonga, Hikuleo, as I knew him in New Japan, got him being their big guy, and I could already see it. Here's a fantasy booking, which I could probably see. It's probably Omos versus Hikuleo. I could bet you that's going to happen because they're both 7-footers. Okay? And WWE loves to put shit like this. Now, Karrion Kross should be, no doubt, re-signed by WWE, but we know that's not going to happen because now he's in the alumni stash. So tell me if I'm, tell me if I'm wrong. You're free to ask questions. We're live. Free to ask questions during the live stream. Hit that thumbs up, of course. You know what I'm saying? Hikuleo versus Omos. I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? And I've been, like I said, I take time to watch clips here and there. The one feud that I'm very interested in, and it's crazy because I know it's in mid-card, is Sheamus and Rusev. That feud has been, you could tell, is going to go places if WWE does what it's supposed to do. But we know they're not. You know what I'm saying? We know they're not. Now they're making this Alexa Bliss and Charlotte with dolls. It just, I saw SmackDown. I probably, if I would have not seen the clips today, if I would have went and sat down and watched SmackDown, I probably would have turned it off. I would have turned it off because there's nothing entertaining in these shows. Okay, their pay-per-views are all right. They're not. They are 6 or 7. They're not higher than that. You know what I'm saying? They are not higher than that. You know what I'm saying? With Seth Rollins right now, the world champion, the CM Punk, that storyline has been going on since CM Punk came back. That's been going on for 2 or 3 years. This is long story booking. This is what WWE call long story booking. I can't. I don't even know what else to say. But the fact that Brock Lesnar is back, I find that, kind of disturbing to me and whatnot. How they let this man right back into WWE and whatnot. and we know that what's going to happen. If he has creative control in his contract, he's going to want to be champion again. Do you want to go through another year or another 6 months of Brock Lesnar as your world champion? Matter of fact, I would like to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. That'd be a good match and whatnot. That was supposed to happen anyway before Vince McMahon got caught with Janel Grant, with the whole Janel Grant thing. So I don't know. I really don't know. I really can't say. But right now, the way I'm looking at things now, I think I'm going to concentrate more on AEW and whatnot. And when I catch up a little bit on that, because I think I'm a week and a half off. And the Forbidden Door situation is getting good and whatnot. So, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Do you want to see Brock Lesnar again as world champion? And that's not even a question of the title, but the lawsuit, the Cena drama, you know what I'm saying? The creative control. They actually threw John Cena under the bus. Triple H did that. Okay. And the nerve of them throwing Cena under the bus, when I'm sure, I don't even think Cena, they had to probably talk Cena into becoming a heel back in February. That heel turn was horrible. Okay. And if you don't believe me, just look back to the last 6 months. Cena turned heel when they went in Europe. And I said it when they were in Europe pushing that him and Cody match, whatever, for WrestleMania. I said it. Do you think the fans would have reacted the way the European people were acting, that they were live and all that? He would have got booed out of the building. You know what I'm saying? But this Cena turning heel did not work. Did not work because at the end, 6 months later, The Rock didn't even show up at WrestleMania. And at the end, they had to put the match with John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, fan favorite versus fan favorite, because that's what the match was, which pushed Cena to do what his fan favorite work does instead of trying to be heel and whatnot. And that match, as funny as it is, if you look at all the matches he had as a heel versus the match he had against Cody Rhodes, this was a good match. As much as Cena is limited, that was a good match. But then they had to mess it up by bringing Brock Lesnar to come out and F5 Cena for nothing. Because at the end of the day, Cena's probably going to get beat up, and his last match will be against Brock Lesnar in Boston in December. I could guarantee you that, because right now they got having the Logan Paul against Cena for the ending of this month, and maybe September, starting September all the way to December. They're going to drag this shit and whatnot to Cena retires. So let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know what you think and your thoughts on this of Brock Lesnar returning back to WWE. Do you think that he's definitely cleared completely from the lawsuit, which I haven't heard anything that said that he is? Or is it WWE don't give a rat's ass about the fans or the media or anybody? They're still going to try to make money. And this whole creative control. Are we going to see Brock Lesnar once again become world champion and maybe him dropping the belt to Gunther and whatnot somewhere down the line, depending if he is? I'm just throwing ideas in there because I think the only one that he got left to face off, they could give him a run for his money, is Gunther. I paid to see that Gunther versus Brock. You know what I'm saying? Because Gunther will chop the shit out of him, and Gunther's not going to be scared to get in the ring with him. So let me know what you guys think of that. Also, if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel, of course. Subscribe to the channel, of course, subscribe to the channel and whatnot. And, and give me that thumbs up and whatnot. Hit that notification bell for new uploads and whatnot every week. Also, check out what am I doing here? Whew, we're live. I'm not like a little tired, guys, so bear with me. For the podcast, check out for podcast store, go to, for t-shirts, hats, and hoodie, go to tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. We are available also on TikTok. Shout out to the Circle of Debate, to OPC, Justin, Time to 11, Philly Psycho, Dominic Foxhill, and whatnot. Top Row Wrestling Talk or Top Wrestling Talk. Shout out to them, showing me always love. So we're definitely going to get together soon and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts and whatnot, and I will come and I will get back with you sometime during the week if there's anything, a big story. If not, I will see you guys next weekend.